Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first match here of Newcomers World Cup 2026. So excited to have you all here for the first match this year. Got a bit of a doozy here for you guys this Saturday early morning UTC. Seed 1 Canada A versus Seed 32 Singapore B team. Super excited for this one. Joining me in the call today, we have Simply Rain and Zito. Hello, guys. How are we doing?
Thank you for our streamer Zito. I'm Rain. I'm one of your contips today, and that's all you really should know about me.
I understand. But yeah, we'll just be getting through warm-ups for you guys. I think we're on our second one before we get the match started with the picks and ban phases. But really quickly, just go over these teams. As I mentioned earlier, it is a Seed 1 versus Seed 32 situation. So we're going to need to see a lot of work come out from the side of Singapore's B team in order to really put themselves up against what has been a pretty dominant showing, at least from the top three teams we've seen from qualifiers, looking specifically at Canada, USA, and Indonesia's A teams respectively in those 1 through 3 slots. And Canada, coming in at this hot seat here, definitely have a lot of proof on their mechanics picks. You're seeing them wiping the floor really with that Hard Rock pool. And as well as doing pretty solid on mechanics overall. You're looking at like DT2 scores, No Mod 2s, and the DC1. Very, very capable roster in general. Always finding, at least from the qualifiers performance, that 2 million benchmark for every single map. And meanwhile, I mean, it does go without saying, you are looking at a C32. There's going to be already a rough task ahead of them. But you can't really count them out the fight yet. They still have a decent Hard Rock roster. Had a 2.5 million on the Hard Rock one on a more mechanics pilled map. Something more higher AR and more in line with the stat lines you see on maybe those low 5-star maps. Not in terms of mechanics, but just in terms of approach rate and overall difficulty and difficulty cutoffs themselves. But overall, I think they still have a lot to prove against a Seed 1 Titan like Canada A.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Though I just like to say, I wouldn't say that the qualifiers statistics will be that good of an indication, especially in these earlier rounds where the star rating is much lower. You see, round of 32 has a 4.0 star rating map pool.
Yeah, we are going to see a little bit of that low SR come into play. That basically just enabling Singapore B to potentially have a little bit more comfort going into this matchup, and Canada A really just trying not to find any unnecessary chokes throughout their scores. You definitely can see all the players are mechanically skilled enough to really wipe the floor with this pool, given its naturally low star rating and lower skill level required. But still, a lot of consistency is demanded from this pool itself, so it should be a very interesting one to see if they can really hold on to the skill difference that they have.
Yeah, I expect some of the more comfortable maps like DT1 to be possibly decided on act. Maybe not in this match, but in future matches.
I would definitely say so.
Yeah, we are going on. Does anyone know whose warm-up this is?
If you give me a moment to put that MP link. Oh, we also need an MP link in the Twitch chat if someone can deal with that.
Yeah.
I can actually tell who. I think they set to send in their warm-ups ahead of time. So I don't see anybody being given host, but looks like everybody is in the lobby. I do see. Looks like 10 or 11 players in the lobby, so a couple people are sitting this one out. I'm not exactly sure on the attendance for both of these teams today. But I guess in mentioning that attendance, you're looking at that top left of your screen for Canada A, Pocket Crumbs. Going to be one of those key mechanics players going into this matchup here. Probably going to be in for most of the maps outside of those gimmick slots that we have. Especially Hard Rocks, definitely showing capability really on their own in terms of the mod pool itself, and can definitely be that carry score you're looking for to really find some secure points. I would expect to see a ban come out from Singapore B on one of those Hard Rock picks. Maybe something a little bit more comfortable like those smaller circles on Hard Rock 2. I thought that there should be a very accessible pool for a lot of players in the lobby, even if we're not seeing some very consistent performances outside of from Singapore B, in regards to overall pool performance from qualifiers. Like, they can definitely still shine on certain picks themselves. With that being said, that is the second warm-up done for this lobby. We should be getting into that ban phases now. Oh, looks like a ref accidentally kicked 4 people from the lobby. Interesting.
So I'd just like to say that there was 4 Canada A's in that stream and that in stream earlier. I believe bottom left of Singapore B side was a Canada A player. Just important
Yeah,
to
it's
note.
warm-ups, you know. We'll see the rosters come in, and this is a 3v3 from the actual teams in their proper slots this time. It was just a warm-ups. Everybody gets the chance to get a feel for what it's like in these tournament lobbies. And speaking of getting a feel for that, we'll get into the first pick and ban phase of the tournament. We're looking at this smaller pool, probably the smallest we'll see outside of the next rounds in terms of total map size. Really just looking at 14 maps in total among the pickable pool. But yeah, here we go. Rolls will come out there. You'll see that in chat in the bottom of your screen.
Canada A with Dimples or me winning that role. They can now pick between protect second, ban second, pick first, and protect first, ban first, pick second.
Yeah, so our protect and ban phases will align in terms of the order there. There's not going to be individual picks. Maybe if you're looking at some higher rank tournaments where they get individual picks for the pick phase and the ban phases independently. That's not the case here. If you get first for one, you'll get second for the other. We'll treat the protect and ban phases as the same order. Can expand the slots to at least 10.
Canada A picking ban second, pick first, so they're going to protect second. So we're going to see Singapore B's protect first.
Again, talking about those mechanics earlier, I would expect to see one of those hard rocks off the table that Canada A can really just find some large gaps on, given their naturally higher mechanical skill. And for Canada, maybe looking at some of their big gimmick bans, but you really can't count them out of gimmick either, especially with those players who can push higher ranks earlier or have those fundamentals down for those reading picks. Really, maybe not that no mod 5, but definitely that hidden 2 that's more of a low AR focus. They can definitely find their way around just general comfortability on reading itself if given the naturally higher skill level. So got a little bit of breast myth tap, so hopefully we'll get started with that ban first.
There we go. We're now starting with our protects. I really wonder what Singapore P is going to protect here.
Oh, there's protects, I forgot. I don't know how I did. I've been talking about it. Canada has not protected anything.
Protected yet.
That would be interesting to see what they go into here. Again, given that this is a newcomer tournament, we don't really have a lot of info on all the players here. It really just comes to what we can see from the performances during qualifiers, and really Singapore B just barely scraping by there with that 32 teams cutoff. It's going to be hard, but they will go into something very comfortable for them. DT1 T.
I think that's going to be for protects. Thank you, streamer. So yeah, I was going to talk about their attack here. DT1, I think that's something that we could all expect. I think that's something that's understandable for Singapore B. A team that doesn't theoretically stand a chance. They're definitely do stand a better chance on those less combo based, more really just accuracy based DT1 here.
Yeah, again, given the naturally low star rating, it's only a 4-star after DTs. It's going to be a pretty accessible map in general. I mean, you're looking at a 250 BPM map, but outside of that, it's really just consistency on what is effectively a low hard diff of a map. So there's not going to be really many spacing changes, not many rhythm changes either for them to find misses on. But looks like the other protectors come out from Canada will be a Nomad 4 protect, something that does require a little bit more mechanical understanding, given that it is a tech map. So just general understanding of how the game likes to function, how sliders are positioned in a map, and the natural flow of it definitely would play to their advantage a bit more.
Yeah, so I want to talk about their Protect Nomad 4. Nomad 4 is probably the most mechanically difficult map in the Nomads, if not the whole pool. It's got a lot of slider aim that you could definitely get slow slidered, or you could just like forget to catch some of those slider ticks, and that's just going to lose your combo here.
And then we'll finish things out with the ban phase from both teams. As we mentioned earlier, Singapore opting to ban out that Hard Rock 1, getting that Hard Rock off the pool as we talked about earlier. Canada going with something a little bit more uncomfortable off the table as well. DT3, a little bit of a rhythmic rhythm, or like a rhythm flow alt check if you want to call it that. A little bit low BPM for an alt, but still a very tricky map nonetheless, and understandable for them. Maybe not practicing this pool as much given the naturally low star rating. Opting to ban out something that's more of an uncommon or uncharted territory for them in regards to what Singapore is good on.
Yeah, I'd say like DT3 is, for me, it would be like basically just like old map style flow aim, and definitely something that you are not going to be able to be consistent on. Is probably a good assumption to call, and something that Canada A might be sure about. Streamer, by the way, you still have warm-up on. And we'll be talking about the pick from Canada A now.
Nice. Yeah, Canada A opting to still run with the Hard Rock. The only Hard Rock left for them at their disposal. Hard Rock 2. It's going to be a precision map. A little bit less AR in terms of that, not really AR 10, it'll be AR 9.8. But still a demanding OD, if I were to say, for this 4-star pool. 9.1 after Hard Rock, and obviously looking at a precision slot, you're going to see that CS6 come into play here on some basically low BPM mechanics. It's going to be 140 BPM, so you're looking at that alt BPM territory, but given the nature of high CS, it's going to be just a very slow aim map, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, and also I'd just like to say this is one of our customs for round of 32 map by Sed.
That's going to be a little bit of a short map too as well. You're only looking at a 1 minute 30 a drain. Not really much to play around. It's finding some early misses. With that being said, everybody, we're going to get into the first match of the tournament, and the first map. It's going to be the custom Hard Rock 2 by SETI. Sodium Ethyl Xanthate by Cygnus. Let's kick things off. We've got Avocado, Pocket Crumbs, and Mist Waves stepping in for Canada's A team, and Skeft, Someone, and Banji442 for Singapore B. Very similar rosters to what we saw from qualifiers on the same slot. We're getting to this map now here. We're going to start kicking things up with some of the bursts that happen throughout the map. Going to be a few act drops actually from the side of someone, and Pocket comes in the bottom left of both teams, and someone will be the first to find a miss. NWC26 also struggling a little bit with this accuracy requirement. We still have Avocado and Miss Waves to hold things down for Canada's A roster. It's going to be another stable showing there. Looks like someone has recovered just a little bit, but SCF's going to drop the other FC that Singapore was holding on to. Still facing 3 FCs, albeit one of them is lower accuracy, but NWC26 has not that much room to work with here in terms of a comeback. Already one-third of the map remaining here, and we're just staring straight into the face of 3 full combos from the side of Canada.
3 might just be S ranks here from Canada A.
Yeah, NWC26 finds that last miss to claim his score, and it's going to be a very decisive first point for Canada. Definitely playing into the right things. Talked about the mechanics skill cap earlier from basically the entire rest of the player base, and you're seeing their scores now. Even with inaccuracy drops from Pocket comes to the start, they have 3 perfect combos. There's really not much you can do against that.
For sure, but now it's going to be Singapore B's pick. That was, of course, Canada A's pick, and we were kind of expecting them to be strong on their pick. We saw their Hard Rock performance. We saw Singapore banning that Hard Rock one. But I'm going to wonder, will Singapore be able to clap back and get a point on their own map?
Probably going to see this trend here. Singapore be trying to play the more simple in terms of structured maps. We're looking at a little bit of the Nomad 1, Nomad 2, as well as the DC 1 that is their Protect. Looking to fall back on that one as needed. But like really, when you look at this pool, you really just see all the diff names. It's all hard diffs, it's all hyper diffs. A few Insanes in the Nomad. It's going to be pretty similar in structure, so they have a lot of work with. But we'll see Hidden 1 from Singapore's Captain Eskev to hopefully try to get back on the board here.
Yeah, looking at their stats here, Hidden 1 with a 1.6 mil compared to Canada A's 2.6 mil. But that is, of course, on a, I would say, comparatively to this round of 32 Hidden 1, very different in terms of difficulty. This is definitely something that a lot of teams are able to consistently combo. And I think Singapore B is going to be banking on that. Probably also combined with being able to hack it, being able to get some good accuracy to be able to get that point back. We will see though if they're able to pull back on their pick.
And we do mention that combo game that is definitely capable, at least when you look at the Singapore B roster, but it will definitely come down to accuracy in terms of regarding that little extra 100k to 200k score difference, or at least score bonus, especially when you look at a roster like Canada who can put up scores on higher OD. We saw that Hard Rock scores, we saw them from qualifiers, and they're going to have a little bit more room in terms of accuracy to work with here for this Hidden 1. Granted, it's going to be a little bit of a different pick in terms of the aim style as we saw from qualifiers, something more in line with the Nomad 1 from that intro pool. But still, definitely has an awkward aspect to it, and also, once again, another short map. Definitely going to see combo game not matter as much unless we see some kind of horrendous mishap in the middle on the slow parts.
Kaito, that's a 3-minute 27 map.
Am I looking at the wrong thing?
You are looking at... Oh, wait. Why is Drain 1 minute 45?
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure this map has a low drain time. Moon just started mapping midway and is like, yeah, I'm not gonna deal with the rest of it.
I guess.
Yeah, for those of you who are not looking, the sheet it was something called drain times. That's only how long the map is actually mapped for. The song itself is 3.5 minutes, but there's only 1 minute of 45 of actual mapping. Which is why you look at the sheets, guys. You gotta look at the sheets. It's like everything. Mistwave got kicked. Is there an abort?
I think.
Am I banned? Yeah, you're banned. Sorry. So yeah, we'll a little mishap there. We should get started again shortly.
They might be playing right now though. Stream
I mean,
activity.
it looks like they're chatting, so I doubt it.
It says match in progress.
Oh, there we go. All right, try number 2. Hit in 1 now. It's gonna be another short map. See what Singapore B can make out of their own pick. We got Zankraz and LeBron James stepping in. Lakers GOAT. And looks like Turbo3 will be stepping in for Pocket Crumbs in the Canada roster.
Restart.
Oh, looks like someone got kicked.
One left.
Someone with a 5 got kicked. So
Are we aborting?
I mean, we should. That's. I think that's both aborts gone for both teams. Is there a limit on aborts? From my knowledge of the ref sheet, I do not see any. Hopefully we can get that sorted really quickly.
It's been 4 times already. Goodness.
Abort V2. Looks like someone is or like someone with a 5 is having connection issues with the lobby. Yeah, they got kicked, rejoined, and kicked in the same second. So a little bit rough from the side of Singapore's Wi-Fi. Not to mention Canada had their own just before this.
We should be starting soon, surely.
Attempt number 4? Is this 4 or 3?
I believe this is the 3rd start.
Uh-oh.
Surely not.
Good luck, have fun the sequel to the sequel. Part 4. Someone got kicked again.
Someone.
Looks like I think Singapore B might just have to have someone else fill in this map. Because there's definitely something wrong with someone's connection specifically.
He seems to already be playing though.
Nope, looks like we're going to be running without him. That will be the abort gone for Singapore B. They're going to be playing this into a 2v3. And with it, definitely a major score disadvantage.
That's just IPC, guys. Let IPC be. That score mishap is that's just IPC. It doesn't update when there's no player. That's why. Anyways,
Yeah.
We'll be starting here so far. 5-way FC, no SSs. I can't exactly look at the accuracy that they have.
Yeah, it's a little bit low quality for us, but it could be a lot of 96s from the side of Canada A. Maybe a
Oh,
93
you
and a
can send
94.
96, 97, and 98 from Canada A.
What appears to me, yes. And then Zankraz and LeBron James on the 94s for both of them. And already the IPC.6 mishap or IPC score mishap on the file is already nearly being overwritten from this high scores already from the sides of Canada. Still looking at the 5-way FC for the lobby. But with just the natural score difference of being down a player, you can really see Singapore definitely had the potential to put up a fight on this match if they weren't for those double disconnects.
But still, Canada is safely beating them in terms of accuracy. They seem to be hovering around the 93, 94, if I'm correct. Accuracy mark? Yeah. Oh, LeBron James had a 96. Turbo 3 had a 99% accuracy. And increasing.
Definitely showing why they are number 1 seed, but really just an unfortunate moment for Singapore B not being able to fill out the third roster. I would doubt it would make much of a difference as Turbo 3 sitting on that 1 million on this hidden one, and really just only finding a little bit of score chance from LeBron James there in the bottom right, that 9.1 or 915 actually. That's really just a small accuracy gap there from the entire roster of Canada A, and they're gonna go up after this breakpoint. 2-0 now.
I mean, still pretty good. 5-way S plus on our teams here in Turbo 3 with an especially good 99% accuracy.
And we'll see how Canada can once again continue this trend of FCing maps with their next one. They're going to go to Fremont too, so they will have an option of someone on Hard Rock. It's going to be a little bit of an anti-mod here. On a pretty well-known song, I feel like, if you come from the older generation. Especially if you're a Toho follower. An Iosis song. Beef, as they say. So yeah, it's going to be some CS5, AR 7.5 old style-ish mapping. It's not exactly old style, it's a little bit of a tribute to it, but it is a relatively newer map, for given what the song and the generation that the song comes from. I actually will mention that because of the CS5 for that Hard Rock player, it's going to be a bit harder actually than the Hard Rock 2 slots precision test. So a little bit of something to worry about. Definitely can put someone there.
Yeah, but it's definitely simpler in terms of what you have to hit. Hard Rock 2 had, I would say, more difficult aim. We're just talking about mostly linear aim, not that much distance between the circles here. Not Fremont 2.
It would actually be interesting to see someone decides to go easy here. For those of you who do not know, we do have custom easy multipliers and easy hidden multipliers for the Fremont pool and the tiebreaker. When we look at this Fremont 2 specifically, we're going to see a 1.6 on the easy and a 1.8 on the easy hidden. See if any of our players opt to take advantage of that, but it's not going to really be that necessary when you look at this low star rating. Especially then when you're then suffering a little bit of a multiplier, as the natural mod multiplier of easy is only 0.5. So definitely can see options for an SS on the easy, but I mean, you're already going to be capped at that 900,000 score, so not much to work with outside of that, especially when you have players who are capable of putting up millions on an FC on maps like these.
Yeah, especially with, and then it's just the other mod combination that they can pick here. We'll be looking at the mod combos here from Canada A, Avocado on no mod, Pocket Crumbs. Wait, are there two? Are there two no fit? Are there two no mods there on Canada?
I'm assuming Dimples Army has a hidden, but he is not loading and he has not left the lobby, so I'm not sure
Both
the issue there.
Avocado and Pocket Crumbs seem to be on.
Pocket Comes is on Hard Rock.
Wait, Pocket Crumbs is on Hard Rock.
Looks like Dimples is playing, so we're just going to roll with it. There we go. We got the client loading now. Should hopefully be caught up soon. But it is going to be an early break actually from SKF there on the top of your screens for Singapore B. Sitting already at a 90 accuracy on the Hard Rock. Going to struggle a little bit. We'll see Pocket Crim still hold the same accuracy, but has the FC to back up some score and help your team out. But as I say there, they're actually going to break on the linear sliders pattern there at the bottom of your screen. It's going to be a 2 FC versus 2, that being Avocado, Dimples, Band, and LeBron James.
Yeah, and I'd like also to say that LeBron James struggled a bit on Act and also right now, okay. Definitely not as good compared to Dimples Army, who is on a 99 with that? Yeah,
I think it is a 99 on the hidden, yes. Really just a lot to be deciphered there. LeBron James is actually going to find a miss and drop the other full combo. Find another one on the Buzz Sliders there. And it's really just Band to defend, but Dimples drops the hidden combo. It's going to be a double no-fail or no-mod battle between Avocado and Band, but already have the previous combos to work with in Canada A. Pocket Crumb's already on a recovery. They're going to both drop combos again, but still, 2 full combos and the previous combos that keep Canada A ahead of the Singapore roster. It's going to be that 3rd point for them. And Singapore just really need to answer back here. Maybe it's the time to bring out their Protect. You are looking at potentially, or at least what could be your last pick in this matchup as Canada A. If they win this next one, they'll go up 4-0 with their own pick to work with. So I think now would be the timeout to show that DT1.
Definitely for sure. And on top of that, Singapore B is going to have to. Oh,
We're good.
all right. Singapore B is going to have to contend with a 2 breakpoint. No, 1 breakpoint only. Sorry, 1 breakpoint lead. Wait, is it 1?
Yeah,
sorry,
it's 1.
2 breakpoint lead.
Oh, Singapore's picks.
No,
They had
it's
3
one,
picks.
it's 1. What is he doing? Only with a 1 breakpoint lead on Canada A.
I mean, we're really just hoping to see that DT1 come into play now. That will potentially, what potentially could be the last pick. They really just need to get their foot in this game. They had a chance at a hit of 1 and just unfortunate mishaps with that 3rd player, and then a little bit more left to be desired from the Fremont 2 performance. They still had an FC coming from Band G4042, but I mean, when you're looking at rosters, or this roster from Canada A, who can just FC every map, especially Avocado, who has been doing that so far. I mean, really the only option is to put out the DT1 as your Protect, and they will do so. It's gonna be Hopes and Dreams by Toby Fox, in hopes of Singapore finally getting their first point on the board.
Yeah, they do pick on their Protect with DT1 on for Canada B. What is he saying? For Singapore B.
Canada B's not until later. Speaking of Canada B, 4 UTC on Sunday. Go check that out. But yeah, actually, we're going to see Vinistic's debut, it looks like, for the side of Canada A to step in for this DT roster, another mechanics player. and Turbo3 to come into the lobby. Had a good run on that hidden one. We saw the 1 million. See how well they can do on this BT aim pick. We really say they're aim picks, but when you DT hard diffs, there's not that much you can really do in terms of sharp ankle spacing, or at least consistent sharp ankle spacing. So it's gonna play more like a flow aim map. You could lazy aim all of it and get away with it. So you're definitely going to be a test of consistency, and accuracy once again going to come into play. We saw that happen on the hidden one with the potential a good score from Singapore's Beast. Missing third player would still have them lose that map just due to raw accuracy gap alone. So that may come into play again for Canada A finding another breakpoint. But, I mean, you can't really rely on accuracy in its entirety. There still is the main part of your score V2, which is that combo gaming. Any misses from Canada A can potentially swing that advantage right over. Banjo's absolutely dying, but we'll get started now. DT1. Singapore B's protect. And pretty much their last chance to get back into this game. It's actually going to be an early break from Turbo3, who was a little bit cold after sitting out for one map. It's going to be 3 FCs to 2, still in favor of Singapore B, and they still have accuracy to actually work with it. Avocado is still on an SS, but they have the combo lead for the time being.
I believe they have a good enough accuracy to pass through here. Especially when compared to Canada A, we had Avocado on that 99% hack and Vinistic on that 98. The Turbo 3, having that early miss might just be the difference.
Oh, but as you say that, Ban G does go down. It's an FC gone for Singapore. And now there's still an advantage, actually, for Canada A as Turbo just found an early choke, is only 50 combo behind. Ban G finds another break again. There is now a combo advantage for Canada. The score swings right back to reflect that. We're seeing XF also dropping a little bit of accuracy to try and keep the combo on this light flow aim here.
It's still, don't think it's going to be anyone's game. We have 1/4 of the map, but that is a 175k lead on Canada A and growing as Turbo 3's reverse choke, it seems like, and Avocado and Vinistic FCs go through.
Yeah, really, that someone with a 5 on the still the 99 has scored to really compete with Avocado here, but not much moving the tank just from off of Ban G's misses alone. Turbo 3 is going to drop the recovery, but I mean, there's not much in the map. Canada A is going to take that second breakpoint, and now it is match point for the #1 seed. You can see those 3 lovely perfect full combos from Avocado, Vinistic, and someone. But really just not much left to work with there. A little bit left to be desired from that third player being Ban G. A couple act drops there in the middle and 2 misses. Just putting them out of the running for a bit. And now they have to face what could potentially be Canada A's protect. They have no mod 4 available to them. They still have the rest of the pool. See how Canada tries to round out this match here. Oh, their second bans? Oh, we get 2 bans in the first pool. This is insane. Wait, this is fire. Okay, sorry guys. Looks like there is a second ban phase actually. There's going to be a ban phase after 4 maps, and that looks to be the case for every pool going forward.
Yes.
Very interesting, actually. That spices things up in terms of first picks. You're gonna have to manually switch the ban. Yeah, you got it. But it's going to be a hidden 2 ban coming out from Canada A, just getting rid of the low AR gambling, that being that hidden 2. And Singapore B trying to ban something else mechanic space that's uncomfortable to them, to potentially keep them in the running here. They have a lot of work against. They need 4 points in a row from this point on. And it's not going to happen with the Fremont 1. Fremont 1 is off the table. Canada back to try and steal this pick again. Try to get off this match.
Pretty surprised that there hasn't been a single no-mod map that's been picked so far.
We're missing out on that original there in the No Mod 1, guys.
Yeah, and that's definitely a map that could be decided on as something that Singapore B might want to pick on, especially when they are struggling like this 4-0 to Canada A. But then on Canada A's side, you do have their... Oh, they picked their Protect. Ooh.
Yeah, we will see that No Mod 4. It's going to really see... We're just going to really see how good these players are in terms of technical understanding of the game and the map structure itself. I do feel this map is definitely on the lighter side in terms of tech that you can see in these pools, at least going forward. But still is a little bit tricky without a doubt. We'll see how Singapore can put up with this nearly 3 minutes of some light slider aims. As I mentioned earlier, slider tech will consist or mainly be present in this No Mod 4 slot, and it's going to come down to slider understanding. Especially when missing slider heads, they don't punish you that much in terms of score, but it is your combo gone if you do not hit slider heads. And obviously, there's also the other half of said sliders, the slider tails, where you really need to focus on hitting to keep accuracy in your favor. Dropping hundreds and only getting a third of the potential credit for every single slider in this map is already a pretty hefty punishment should you miss any of them. So we'll see how these players do. Understandable. Yeah, looks like broke. So we'll get into No Mod 4 shortly. Have it up for stream in a little bit. No worries there. In terms of roster, it looks like Pocket Crumbs has got it back in for the side of Canada to be joined by Dimple's Army to round out this roster. For Canada A, meanwhile, for the side of Singapore, Ron James will join the roster. We're still gonna run with SKF and Banji as that core. Chat sees these 2 numbers and they go crazy. Like, come on. They see 2 numbers. We also need the soft preview. Cheetah. The early start's going to be pretty comfortable for all the players. Benji does find a little bit of uncomfortability, actually. They're going to break early on in this No Mod 4. It's still a long time left. A lot of circles to be clicked. But you're really seeing some sliders that are just faster than any of the other maps that we have in the pool. No accuracy drops to mention of though. I should also mention, actually, that's another low BPM map. There's going to be a little bit of alt-esque finger control. You're going to see a few of those doubles, actually, like the ones you just saw on your screen. Not too many alt flow patterns, I would say, but stuff you can definitely miss on it. And LeBron James there in the bottom right does miss on said pattern. Not even on the slider. He's gonna be punished with the score wipe at the 1/3 mark. And Ban G is really just having a rough time trying to get comfortable with this map. And when you're looking at 3 players of Canada A who are once again triple FC, it's a lot to be done there from that carry being SKF now. Just has the world in front of them. I mean, we really just are seeing the raw skill, grabbing comfortability that is Canada A rosters. Showing what they can do on this low SR and really not finding any sort of low SR chokes and stuff like this. And SKF or XF is going to be the last on Singapore to drop the full combo. And there's just not. What is happening? LeBron give basketball a try. That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, Ancho?
Mancho hates us.
Oh, we had
I mean, that's already 3/4 of the map done. I mean, the map's basically done at this point. You're going to see more sliders in this section, but damage has been done. It's still 3 full combos from Canada A.
And not a single decent. I got a 500k, I believe. No, only. Yeah, we got 500k from Singapore B. But that's just not going to be enough for the mechanically skilled here in Canada A.
3 900Ks is going to round out the match there. 5-0. Canada A team takes a swift victory here to open things up for the Newcomers World Cup 2026. Very decisive, always having at least one FC on every map. There's really not much you can do about that, especially if you're coming from already a tough time during qualifiers. But they're not out of it yet. Singapore B still has the lower bracket that will continue next week. So they still have a lot of votes to be played and a lot of potential for comebacks. Canada A will get that smooth sailing top spot in the round of 16 winner bracket to resume once again next week. That's going to do it here for the match. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. Thank you to Rain for joining me in the comments. Thank you, Zito, for streaming this. We will see you guys at 13 UTC from Malaysia A and Philippines B duking it out.
As well as Philippines A and Russia B. Yes, we covered matches at the same time, don't ask.
Yeah, check both streams. We'll send things out for you guys when that happens in about 8 hours. So stay tuned. Hope to see you guys there. But that'll do it here from us. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you later.
Yeah, keep an eye out on Newcomers WC.
Oh, we're doing tiebreaker. Wait, hold on. Hold the line. We're doing the custom tiebreaker. We got a Polish Mousy custom that is Curse of Despair by Raphael. For the fun, because why not?
Wait, Rav, you're free. Just kidding, Rav's probably still watching.
Rav is definitely still watching.
Let's see, how will Canada do on this tiebreaker? Will we see a triple FC? Will we see over?
Oh my god, it's 4.5 after Weaver. Oh my god, going over.
Yeah, it might just be less. That might just be less. It's definitely difficult.
Was flank bonus actually added in the rework? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Man, cooling is over. Cooling is shit. Looks like, yeah, Singapore will fill out the last slot. Maybe there's looking in the lobby that cannot be shown on screen due to the fact that it's
Streamer, you should probably set it to warm-up mode so Singapore rewards.
Oh yeah, don't screw up the Jason, yeah. Bracket Jason. Nuh-uh, are we gonna fail on the tiebreaker? I mean, nuh-uh. Yeah, we'll have a 4-fun tiebreaker.
want to see someone play easy, just for the comedic effect. Someone do it.
Why is C32 playing C1? Because that's how 30, round of 32 brackets work.
Because seeded brackets work in a way that higher seeded teams will be matched up with lower seeded teams at the start, so that the higher seeds have an easier time, I guess, until you get to like the quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, when there's only the highest seeded and highest performing teams left.
Put Blunderman in? True. We'll see if anybody joins the lobby now, but I think we should be getting this map underway. Turbo 3 is actually also in the map. Turbo 3 and Mistwaves. Oh, Mistwaves are there. Never mind. But Turbo 3 is also in the match, just not shown on your screen. They got a couple players, extra players in the lobby, just playing this for fun. Once again, it is a custom collab actually by Horse Cow and another Mousy. Go check out their map in tournaments quite frequently, and they'll kick things off with the first custom TV of Newcomers World Cup 2026.
Unfortunately, no exit. I think it'd be understandable to say that he's a pretty good player in Singapore. It'd be pretty sad that he's not going to be playing in this tiebreaker show match. Showcase.
Showcase? Is it a showcase? Is it a show match? I don't really know what to call it. For fun. For fun.
So shout out to Miss Grace for playing on Nether.
No Hard Rock players. This is so sad.
Oh, we'll probably get a... Oh, Ice Miss Wave's missing!
Miss Wave just opting to, like, right in the chat.
I was just talking about the fact that you're the only Mythic player.
I mean, so far, they're still looking at what basically is 4-star mechanics. That star rating buff I mentioned earlier comes from the fact that there is a link bonus in the star rating algorithm. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know what the team is doing right now. Screwing everything up. But good luck with pool balancing for everybody who opts to play tournaments past this point in time.
Apparently, Turbo is playing with Vision and Flashlight.
Oh, just off this. What? And we can't see their screen? Hello?
And instead, we're just boringly watching five no-mod players and one hidden player.
This is so sad. I need my easy flashlight players. I mean, someone did get slow cidered, so there actually is a little bit of advantage back to the side of Canada A. It did have something going there. That is the first prize on that. We got chain on spear slider, or whatever you guys call that slider. We should get opinions of that. What do you guys think that slider was? Some say it was a kite. Chain on spear, says Mapper. I don't really agree with that. Anyways, tech section. Some 4-star tech. And actually, it will claim Banshee Flute too. And someone in Mystery
Except
wow.
no. That is not what we're calling that slider. Thank you.
Slider shape actually claims this space again. This is a tech map, guys.
Oh, LeBron James and someone. I believe breaking on the slider there.
Is this section too cooked, guys? Let me know. I guess an actual tech is some pretty tech heavy stuff compared to the action much more. I actually would say it's full flavor, maybe in terms of skill sets, but the song does stick to this sort of like ethereal, not really ethereal, like sort of gothic rock vibe, albeit just a few changes to BPM to allow for some full flavor mapping. And really, you saw that transition just claim Avocado and misplays frequently. Same thing happened for Singapore B's someone in Zanji. Pocket Crumb still holding a good combo though, coming in nearly 1200.
I'm surprised they don't have a higher score right now, but I guess that's just score B2. Most of your score comes from the end of the map.
Yeah, a lot of the scaling happens towards the end of the map. I think we should be seeing some of it really come into effect now. Given this map only has like 2000 combo. Avocado breaks on another slow slider.
I feel you, I feel you. We all slow sliders sometimes. We all get slow sliders sometimes.
Avocado broke, yep. On something I wouldn't think Avocado would break on. Given how well they performed on in the matches today, and even on the 1-4 specifically that we just saw to round out their win against Singapore.
Straight up, I think it's better to watch the Twitch stream instead of the Discord preview.
Streamer, fix your internet.
Streamer, fix your priorities.
I mean, that does round out the map there. Avocado runs away with that 97 on the map. 550k to back them up. Pocket Crumbs with all the calm in the world, though. 780k and a tiebreaker. Very impressive score. And Turbo3, who is not on your screen, suffering a little bit on the hidden hard rock flashlight. I can understand why.
Yeah,
if you want to take a look at that MP link for you guys in chat.
Exclamation point MP.
Indeed. But yeah, as mentioned earlier, that's going to round out the map and the showcase. Canada A with a swift 5-0 victory over Singapore B. Will move on
6-0
promptly.
actually.
Oh, true, 6-0. We'll move on to the upper bracket of round of 16, but don't count Singapore B out just yet. They have the lower brackets to still make that comeback throughout the rest of the tournament. But that will do it here from the match. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you once again, Rain and Zito, for joining me at this 4 UTC. Stay tuned for our next 2 matches upcoming. 13 UTC still today. We got Malaysia A and Philippines B duking out, as well as Philippines A and Russia B. Stay tuned for those. Once again, 13 UTC, both the A and B stream. But that'll do it here from us. We'll see you guys later.